Geminis, welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. I'm so excited to have all the gems with me here today. We're going to do a fun little spread for you all about love. So we're going to do a couple cards for past, present, and future and see what messages we can put out for the Geminis out there. Feel free to watch your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus if you want additional messages, if you want clarity on some of the things I present here today. There'll be a link in the description box on how to do that. As well as everything else you're going to want to know about this video, including the decks I'm using, the social media channels, etc. Do keep in mind with all general messages that not everything I say is going to resonate with all the Geminis out there. So please only take away messages for your best and highest good, okay guys? And you will know intuitively what those are. All right, so we will get started for our Gemini friends. Alright, so Geminis in love. What do we need to know for Geminis in love? There's really no timestamp on this video, so whenever you see this video is when you were meant to see it. As we know, energy is free-flowing. There is no fixed start or stop date, so for that I don't really like to put timestamps on my videos. As always, please do like, share, subscribe if you like what you see here. I always appreciate everyone's love and support. And I think we're ready to get started because you had tons of cards come out. So, for Gemini in the past, we are starting with pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. All right. And this is being clarified by the Princess of Pentacles. So this is the Page of Pentacles. So for a large majority of you, I'm getting that there has been a relationship that is potentially just starting to get off the ground. It's not brand new with this Page of Pentacles. You could be dealing with an earth sign, Gemini, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Sorry about the glare. But yeah, it's almost like you maybe went through that sort of fun honeymoon stage where everything was sunshine and roses. And now maybe there are little things that are starting to irritate you. Or if it's not irritate you, it's just starting maybe to bring back old memories of maybe a past relationship that didn't work out. Or maybe you've had, you're past the surface level of, what do you do, what do you like, and you're getting into the more nitty gritty of, where do you see yourself in a few years, or that kind of sounds like a job interview, maybe for some of you, but it's more like you're learning about this person and in terms of their long-term goals, like, okay, well, do you see yourself having kids one day or this or that? And I'm getting that there was some conversation that it just kind of rubbed you the wrong way. And so, little red flags, right? They're not necessarily giant things. For some of you, they might be. But it's saying the signs are cautioning you. There's a reason why you're having that reaction to whatever this person did or said. And it's not always a bad thing. So it's also being clarified by Six of Pentacles. So more earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And this is this is a Virgo card. No, that's not right. It is a, oh my gosh, it's not Capricorn. Is it Taurus or is it Virgo? It's Taurus. Okay, sorry. I don't know why I just had a complete memory lapse there. It's a Taurus card, for those interested. But ultimately, the Six of Pentacles it's about balance. It's about reciprocity. It's about giving and receiving in equal amounts, and giving what you can, but not to the point where you're, if it was cups, I would say giving from an empty cup. But it's also, metaphorically, if someone's like, "Hey, can I borrow $20?" You don't have it. You can't go into the negative when you're talking about giving in a relationship. Do you understand what I'm saying there? So these little red flags are little things you're starting to question even early on in the stages of this relationship, because again, a page. These red flags are popping up as a sign to you, Gemini, that in your relationships, it's going to be very key for you to make sure that there is harmony and balance in the way not only this person treats you, but ultimately your ideas and your goals and the way you want to build a future. Because Pentacles are essentially like the bricks, if you want, in the path we're building, or the building blocks in the structure we are trying to erect, yeah, the card of support. This person needs to be a support system for you, and vice versa, but I'm just getting the idea that the red flags that, at least in the past, that have popped up, it made you question how much this person supports your goals, your dreams, your desires for the future. And it might just be that, you know, they don't come out and say, I don't want you to do that. It's just, you're almost looking for this unspoken sense of like, I got you, babe, or I got your back. And already you were sort of questioning how much this person was investing in you. Or it could just be taking you seriously. Might be dealing with a Libra. Interesting. So then let's look into the present. You have calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So for some of you, this is going to be someone different. And I do sense that because, again, just the idea of red flags, because it's coming up with the page, this is this is the past. But if you were only in the page stage of the relationship and you were already having these feelings of like, ooh, this feels unbalanced, I don't feel supported, I'm wondering if Spirit, that's like a wink to you from Spirit, like, yeah, do you get it, Gemini? Like, this isn't your person. The fact that you're recognizing those red flags is actually really key, because I think it's opening you up to the potential of something greater. It's allowing you to have wandering eyes and realize like, oh, there's bigger and better things out there. There's people who are more in line with my soul's calling, right? What I want to do with it, like in this world. For a lot of you, I do sense that there's like big things in your, I want to say like in your headspace of what you want to accomplish. It may be in work. For some of you, it may be, you know, the idea of legacy, of family, of money, whatever that is. But yeah, I feel that like a lot of the gems they have the larger picture in mind, and so they need to meet someone who is like holds a mirror up to them of like, oh yeah, like I'm there too. We're on the same page. So yeah, if you are currently with someone who's the red flag person, however that fits for you, I would not invest all your time and attention into that. You know, if you really see potential in this relationship and want to make it work, you know, I'm not going to say don't do that, because, you know, you have Pentacles here. It is going to be some work, right? Not impossible, though. But in this present, the calling in your soulmate, I just sense that, it's funny, Virgo, I think, just had this card, too. It's being clarified by, next to this card, it's kind of dark that it's called failure, right? It's the Seven of Pentacles, which is the assessment card, but ultimately it's, excuse me, gems, it's realizing that the seeds that you planted are not blooming or blossoming in the way you had hoped, right? It's looking at the crops you yield or have yielded and being rather disappointed in it. And I mean, that's totally what this is, right? The potential you saw in this person, it's just not matching your energy. So in the present, I think a lot of you are considering, is this person the person? Is this person my person? Will the scales be balanced with them? And again, if not, what can I do to fix it? But for a lot of you, I think it's going to involve, because the assessment card, assessing the situation matter-of-factly, which you're good at, Gemini. You're an air sign, so, you know, thoughts, ideas, logic. It's looking at this and creating like a bigger, looking at the broader picture. Okay, so the next two cards that came in for you here in the present, the Two of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. So a couple things here. The Two of Pentacles can sometimes be the juggler card. Now, it doesn't have to be with people. I know in relationships, that's always like, oh my God, they have multiple people going on. Not necessarily. I think with this, because it's being clarified by the Page of Wands, the idea of the juggler, the jester, the fun one, this person, it's like they're snuffing your fire. They're snuffing this ability to, they're suffocating, is what I'm trying to say. You're an air sign, right? And for your, just bear with all these metaphors here, for this fire you have inside of you, this creativity, this passion to bloom, it needs air, which you naturally have. So you have the ability to sort of gather your passions and your drive and have it kind of explode into this, you know, creative endeavor or whatever that is for you. And I'm just getting this person is just like, yeah, like taming the fire or snuffing it out. They don't allow you to breathe with them. It's not this carefree woman with her hair flowing in the breeze. This juggler is saying maintain your fun. Be the jester, be the joker, be that Gemini who doesn't take life too seriously and says, oh, well, despite all the red flags, I have to settle because this is my person. This is all that's ever going to be for me. That is false. And that is what this is saying. By choosing you, by recognizing, it's almost like to stay, to settle would be a failure. That's why this assessment card is coming in, is because there's a need to assess what is out of balance in that current or that past relationship you had, and bring your zest for life, your fun. Again, that gesture, tossing the pentacles up and back. There's fun, and that is like with an exclamation point with the Page of Wands here. The Page of Wands is a light-hearted, childlike energy, and again, Wands is what inspires us, what fuels our creativity, our love, our passions. There's a need to let go of, I want to say, the failure of like the crops that you thought you were going to grow with this person in the past, to brush it aside and just like go out and have fun again, because that is going to bring in someone who like vibes on your level, like that soulmate connection. What else do we need to know about Gemini's present? Page of Wands is going to be fire signs, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, for those interested. Self-employment. All right. So, yeah, how I was sensing that some of the Geminis have the broader scale, the larger picture in mind in terms of going after what drives your passions and desires and your, like, lighthearted, I want to say creativity. It doesn't have to be for all of you. Some of you, this may involve starting a business on your own. What's really weird, I just got this with this card too, is like you do the hiring and the firing of the people in your life, which is, okay, that makes so much sense with the assessment card. You're assessing the people in your life, right? And I mean, this is sort of like a pun on self-employment, but it's like you are the manager, you are the boss lady, the boss man of your, not only your life, but your romantic life, right? Like you do the hiring and firing. You don't let other people tell you what you can and cannot do or can and cannot enjoy, right? Or with the inspiration here, the Page of Wands. Yeah, you were, whether you want to be or not, you are self-employed in the arena of romance. I know that's kind of a wacky way of putting it. But yeah, this card is encouraging you to come into your power. The responsibility of taking charge, of knowing what you want, of going after what you desire, be it in career or love or whatever, going on a vacation, whatever it is you're dreaming of, the power rests within you. Because that support, this card came up right before, that support that you were questioning the balance of it, I don't think you had it from this person. It's like, this is a double confirmation here. Like, this is self-work. This is all up to you. In the present anyway, because I think ultimately, if you are looking to call in a soulmate, to find that person, it all has to start with you. You have to come into, like, put on the big boy shoes, or, right? Like, and make those executive decisions of like, hire and fire the people from your life who aren't serving you, who are contributing to any sort of imbalance, who again are snuffing your fire or in any way making you feel like your energy spent trying to enjoy, I want to say like the simple things in life, but just enjoy your everyday life, being that everyday gesture and putting on, a happy face because you're grateful to be alive. You're grateful to be doing the things you enjoy. Whoever is blocking you or preventing you or keeping you in this little enclosed space that it's a failure in going after what you love, they need to be fired. They need to be cut out. I'm actually surprised you don't have any sword energy here yet. So in your future, You have free yourself. Absolutely. Free yourself from that person. That red flag person, I gotta be honest, it's bad vibes. It's just, yeah, it doesn't seem great. It's time to take back control of your life. That's exactly what this is. That's exactly what that's saying. You are the boss of your own life. Truce, the Four of Swords. So this is air energy. A Libra card specifically, and for some of you, because of the scales here, even though it's talking about pentacles, I am sensing there may have been a Libra in the past here. Yeah, the Four of Swords talks about rest after heartbreak. So maybe releasing this person, or it's not even releasing them, it's freeing yourself, because I sort of get that they were the one that was sort of enclosing you for some reason. And so freeing yourself from that may have been a difficult step for some of the Geminis out there. So there is a suggestion to, don't rush the healing process. Don't rush getting back out in the game if you're still looking to date. Make sure you do some resting, some meditation with this card. Be with your thoughts, even though that's not always a fun energy. Really understand sort of the lessons and things that you can take away from this past relationship for what may feel like a failure, right? It's literally saying that here. It's not a failure if you can take something away from it that's positive. Find the silver lining, right? Which isn't always easy. But yeah, it's like if you take that time out, which is what this is saying, do the rest, take some relaxation, take a vacation, right? Take a breather for yourself, Gemini. Air energy. Then you have King of Pentacles coming in. So yeah, you go from like this shoddy person with all these red flags who couldn't even like balance the scales with you. You go from that to someone who is the King of Pentacles, the King of stability, of solid offers. Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is specifically a Taurus card. You may have a Taurus coming in, and I like their energy a lot better. What deck am I looking for? This one. It's someone who's going to see you for you and what you bring to the world, what you offer to the world. They're not going to try and change you, or again, how I was saying, like snuff your fire or passion or creativity. This king would come in and make you a solid offer, or even, I even want to say a suggestion on how to like capitalize what you already have, especially for those looking to start their own business. The King of Pentacles is a solid king to give you advice in that matter. And it's nothing bad. It's not like they're forcing you to see things their way. It's like they're offering you a step up. I'm literally getting that visual of them like offering you, their hand to help you up a step up. Maybe it's up the ladder, the corporate ladder, or they add value to your life. And they're a king, a very solid, steady person. They've worked hard for what they have, and it's Taurus energy, so the King of Pentacles is also a family man. Not only does he build a career, he builds solid structures, but he builds a family. He's a solid foundation for anyone looking for, for growth, for mobility. Grief work. Virgo had this too. So the way that this was coming in as a truce, it's probably going to be with this person of the past, whether or not it's the physical like truce. Okay, let's come together and what is that? It's not cut your losses, but ultimately come to the conclusion, yeah, this isn't working. I think that's going to be a hard step for some of you because it does involve a lot of introspection. And if it's not about mistakes that you've made, which is not a bad thing, right? We're all human. When you make a mistake, it's an opportunity for growth. It's an opportunity for learning. There may be something that has existed in you for quite some time that you've never really dealt with, because it's almost like that skeleton in your closet that it's so deep in there you don't even want to think about bringing it to the surface because it's too much of a heavy energy. And I'm saying that because of grief work. There's some large thing, I think, inside some of you that it is a huge source of grief. Maybe you have abandonment issues. Maybe you've had abusive relationships in the past. And I'm not at all trying to project any sort of medical advice onto any of those out there. But if there is something that you've been struggling with for a long time and you feel like it's starting to come to the surface, this card would indicate maybe it is a good opportunity to really set aside some time and seek maybe professional counseling, right? If that's going to help you deal with, again, those darker things that require more than just a tarot reading or more than just, some journaling or creative expression via art. I definitely think all those things are great avenues and can help. But there's an importance here to understand if your heart is very heavy with some difficulties of the past, again, abuse, toxic relationships, things that are buried deep down under there that need to come to the surface, come to the light, you are going to feel a weight has been lifted once you're able to kind of exorcise that darker energy from you. So this King of Pentacles, the idea of the king of doing the work, grief work, right? This could be going to a counselor of some kind. Or even potentially a parent, if you feel that maybe there are, again, things from your childhood that are impacting your romantic relationships, like negative energies or things that were said to you that have always kind of existed and hindered you from going after what you love, or negative self-talk. This could be reconciling with a parent, specifically a father figure. There might be a need to go again and do that kind of heavy digging in and kind of gutting out I want to say the ugliness, and no shade there, but that thing that you shouldn't have to hold on to anymore, Gemini, things that you need to be released of. Maybe that emotional support you never felt as a child, and so you subconsciously pick those other like romantic partners that don't offer you support, because maybe in some way there's validation for you in feeling like you are the one doing the work and you are needed in the relationship. It's like the other person's scale isn't balanced, but because I'm just getting like there's this subconscious desire to feel needed, that you have something to bring to the table that the other person can take from you. And again, that makes you feel like self-satisfied. But you have to understand that you need something back, right? A relationship can't be built on you constantly being the giver. That's what this is saying here. Because you can only give so long before, again, that person snuffs your fire. You have nothing else to give. You have no love, you have no creativity, you have no solid foundation to give. Again, you're the boss. You do the hiring and firing. You have no cups here, though. Cups are love. So what's lacking in this spread about love and relationships? Where's the love, right? And I'm not saying you don't want it. I think you do. You're calling in your soulmate, but have you been calling in the right soulmate? You may have so far been calling in karmic relationships because Spirit is like trying to bat you over the head with this message that you're choosing people with red flags and you're attracting them because it's all you've ever known. People who maybe in your life have never given you that love and support, that's what you're attracting romantically, and the scales have never been balanced. Yeah, this just came rushing in here. That's exactly what this is. So if all your relationships have felt like a failure and you're assessing why, that's why. If this is resonating, this is not going to be everybody's story. This is actually kind of a specific message here. But you have this beautiful joy and love, creativity. People respect you and admire you, Gemini. I'm just getting people naturally flock to you. And so maybe even in friendships, maybe there's been a lot of giving, but who gives to you? Rest. You need to recuperate when you're constantly giving, because you're going to have nothing left. Whoever this King of Pentacles is, the King of Pentacles can give, he or she, doesn't matter. I'm saying king, he. He can give because he has the means to. He's the king of money, if you look at it in that sense. He's the king of stability, of support. You're in this resting state of freeing yourself from the people who've been taking advantage of you, Gemini. There's a need to go to someone else who's going to have your back. Again, it could be a father figure, it could be a parent, it could be a friend who is, I'm just getting in a very safe, stable environment where they're able to give you some sort of, if it's not counseling, it's like just take a breather, Gemini. Like whatever you're going through, stay in the guest bedroom. Like I got you the next couple days. Like take your time. Like take a vacation. This is someone who's going to offer you great stability and support, friendship, potentially love. For a lot of you, though, it's sort of being clarified by grief work. So it's someone who is going to highlight for you things that have been pushed way down deep because you didn't necessarily want to deal with them, and it has to do with emotions. Again, no cups here. It's like these feelings that have been hidden and they've been pushed down from the surface so you didn't have to deal with them. And it's almost like this is saying those feelings are going to come up eventually. So if you want to move forward, especially with love, and find that person who matches your soul, right? Who makes your heart sing, who treats you the way you're supposed to be treated. Balance, reciprocity. There's a need to do that grief work, and that's going to be different for all of you, right? This may even have to do with an ex-partner who didn't do their grief work, right? They're still holding on to these skeletons in their closet from their youth, and it's bleeding over into their romantic relationships with you. If this is a long-term partnership and you're looking to fix it, essentially, this is going to be key here. This could absolutely be going to some sort of therapist or guidance counselor of some sort, okay? All right, Gemini, I hope that was helpful. Again, it was kind of a specific message, so I hope whoever needed to hear that heard that. If that resonated at all, please do like, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys mid-month for some more fun tarot readings, specifically on finances and career. Thanks, Gemini. Bye.